but soft. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the sun coming through the VG&M window. Today's tale could be a scene straight out of Romeo and Juliet in the infamous balcony scene. If you look at our amazing Burmantoffts tiles, the majorities are still in pristine condition after almost 130 years. But there's one particular section of the building where some worn tiles can tell us a Victorian love story. Along the first floor balcony, you may notice that the edge of the tiles along the bottom of the balcony rail are very worn, and the ceramic glaze has come away. And this is because, over the years, many students have stood here to make conversation. Elsie Neal, who studied English between 1912 and 1916, recalls that the gallery around the hall was common ground for the male and female students, and that the niche, framed by the ceiling, 2 columns and a balustrade, was a surprisingly convenient place for private conversation. We also know that sometimes a lady's hat would fall from the first floor balcony onto the floor below, and the hat would be placed on top of the statue of Christopher Bushell by the male students as a playful way to engage with the ladies, as they'd have to wait for the porter to come and fetch the ladder. Another student, Edna Rideout, studied modern history between 1912 and 1915, and she recalled that a man came up from Victoria Hall and conversed with a woman leaning on the balcony rail at the foot of the stairs to the Tate. It was scandal-making and not done by the best people, and this was known as balconizing by the students. In the 1913 student songbook, a popular Italian song was given an English translation and repeated these words: "If I meet you on the balcony, please will you cast a glance my way. Kindly glance this way." The songbook was written by the staff and students, and many of the songs reflected student life at Liverpool. And this suggests that balconizing must have been a popular pastime amongst the students to make it into the university songbook. We have 2 songbooks in the university archives that belong to chemistry students Robert Dickinson and Florence O'Brien from 1921. Robert's book was signed by many of his fellow students and includes Florence's signature on the inside cover. A few years after graduating from university, Florence and Robert married. And although it is unclear whether they met on the balcony in the Victoria building, it is more than likely they sang the love song at a student social. William and Margaret Killen also met at the university in the 1920s. William stated that they both fondly remembered the balcony in the Victoria building, where they had many an interesting chat. They too later married in 1935 and became teachers. William stated that they would always be indebted to the university, which launched them into long, successful careers and a happy married life. So, our balcony in the Victoria building has brought many couples together in its time. Today, in the Victoria Gallery Museum, we hold weddings in our beautiful building, and couples can have their photographs taken in these historic areas. Alex and Lauren had many photographs taken using the balconies and staircases where many other young couples had met over 100 years earlier. Although some of our tiles are worn and no longer in pristine condition, this wear and tear is important as it also tells a story, and in this case, it's a love story. Objects and buildings can have a hidden history, and it's thanks to the memoirs and student accounts in the archives that we can piece these together to create a much richer history of student life over the years. The University of Liverpool Choir recorded the balcony song for us in February 2022.
If I meet you on the balcony, please will you cast a glance this way.
If I meet you on the balcony, please will you cast a glance this way.
Merry tango, just for a kindly glance this way.
Merry tango, just for a kindly glance this way.
Our stunning architecture is a perfect background for modern love stories too, and we hope there's many more to come. Do you have a VG&M love story that you'd like to share with us? Please do let us know in the comments, as we'd love to hear them.